Yo, what's up, everybody? If you haven't heard about Anchor, let me tell you, this is one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. Second of all, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit the podcast right from your phone or computer. Third, Anchor will also distribute for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Then you can also make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Later.
Welcome to the Lion's Den with Seth, a podcast where progressive men and women can learn and teach each other the ways of the land. The Lion's Den is where royalty comes to council. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Seth.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Lion's Den. I'm your host, Seth. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you happen to be right here, and we love it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I want to make sure you know who we got on the squad. But first thing first, I want to say special shout out to our first responders. I don't know if you guys checked it out or not, but the Den and also you, the viewers and the listeners, you actually help contribute to giving the Scott Air Force Base Security Forces some chicken, right? Just something, right? And it was good. And it's not about being seen to do things, because that's not what matters. But the thing is to let you know what being a part of the Lion's Den is about. It's larger than us. Keep that in mind. It's much, much larger than us. But anyway, what's going on, Larry? What's popping?
Hey, nothing, man. Getting ready to start the work week again. My son's birthday is tomorrow. He turns 8, so, it's a small little celebration. We can't do a whole lot.
Hey, well, look, Larry, so are you going to give him something that you're going to give him something that he can use this year? You go wait until Christmas to put it up?
I bought him a new bike, man. He got a bigger bike, man. He finally learned how to ride a bike, so I bought him upgraded his bike.
Okay.
He picked it out.
Okay. Yeah, because we know how you is. You might, yeah. Horrible. What's going on, Will? How you living?
Man, I'm good, baby. You know how you cook so much the day before that you good to eat the next couple of days? That macaroni and cheese was on deck, Seth. Seth think his macaroni and cheese is like that. But I'm telling you, step up. What they say, jump up to get beat down. Come ahead and try. But what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Den, baby.
So, I ain't even going to announce that. Go ahead, Foots. What's going on, Foots, my man's 100 grand? How you feeling, bro? What's going on?
All is good, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, coming into the show. Thank everybody that donated and that was a part of our efforts with the first responders on Friday. Just been chilling, taking it easy, and learning and progressing through every day, man. That's what it's about, man. You gotta live your life every day to the fullest.
That's what's up. You're absolutely right. And again, just
so second shift got some of that chicken too.
They did share. Wow,
yeah,
there it is.
It was exciting.
That's it. Hey, Hey, you got your fan club on here. Hey, look, shout out to everybody that's listening right now and that's watching. Hey, and do us a favor, give us your area code, where you're listening to, where you're listening from, and where you're watching from. And look, just to let everybody know, I will give kudos to Will and his macaroni and cheese when it's due. So on that note, we're going to keep it pushing. So, hey, went there. Hey, what's up, Herm? What's popping, bro?
What's going on, man? First of all, it's not my fan club, man. Those are my people, my friends, stuff like that. And I appreciate them watching. I see y'all. Shout out to you, Katie and Sandra. Appreciate that. But yesterday was my daughter's 13th birthday, man.
Happy birthday. So what's up, man? Hey, because the thing is that you about to have some problems in a couple years.
So the thing is, man, I noticed, man, especially with girls, because I only have 2 girls, right? The mood and the attitudes get stronger every year. And now I understand women a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Are you serious? So you're learning more from your 13-year-old daughter about women in general?
Hold on, you good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, yeah. So I'm very extremely excited to bring this next guest on. Somebody I went to school with that I've been watching for years, hustle and grind to get to where he's at today. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee. Went out to Los Angeles, California. Said, "Hey, I'm going to be an actor." You know what I'm saying? And coming from a town that we're from, people is not really trying to hear that. Next thing you know, he's on Dexter. Oh well, that's a small thing you did. You weren't even on there that long. Well, next thing you know, he's lead man in a movie. You know what I'm saying? That's on all streaming sites, and it's a damn good movie as well. So there's nothing you can't tell this man he can't do. I'm very proud of him, Mr. Mike Foy.
Yo, Mr. Mike Foy, what's popping, brother? Welcome.
What's going on?
Hey, welcome.
Having me.
Hey, welcome to the Lions Den, brother. Movie star. Man, how you feel about this,
Thanks
brother?
for having me, fellas.
Hey.
Doing good. Enjoying the weather out here today. My
Yes.
social distancing outside.
Yes, absolutely. So, man, tell us about your experience, man. So, first of all, I'd like to say again, thank you on behalf of everyone that's watching and everything. But being on Dexter, let's go back. But how freaky was that, though? Like being on that set with a psycho but a smart person. Like, how was that?
Dexter was great. I actually filmed that 8 years ago. I was on season 7. And at the time, it was my favorite show. So it's nice getting on there, especially playing a serial killer on the episode. That's what you want. If you're going to be on there, you want to be a killer. And I actually met that cast 2 years prior. They had a little like Q&A with the cast, and I met everybody. I was like, I'm going to be on the show soon. Watch. I shook everybody's hand. I was like, we're going to be working together real soon. 2 years later, I'm on the show working with the same people. It was like pretty awesome how it come full circle. I just manifested it, and then it came through and got a lot of love on that one. That one like had a huge cult following.
Mm-hmm.
So it was awesome. Nice kind of. I've been on a lot of shows, but that was the first one. It's like I was like in all the trades, all over online, articles, everything. All the fans are just geeking out. I was like, how they know I ain't even signed a contract yet? People already know I'm gonna be on the show. I was like, damn. It was that crazy like fans about it. It was unlike any other show that I've been on.
Wow, congratulations. What you got, Herm, to open up, man? This your boy here, man. Hey, so now you know somebody that's more famous than you yourself, right? Now, you know what I'm talking about. So what's up, man? Like tell us how y'all met. This is crazy.
So I mean, we're from a military community, Fort Campbell area. So we grew up. We was there in Clarksville, Tennessee. Went to the same school. We didn't have like the most interaction. I mean, past to do, and then he was also friends with a lot of good friends of mine. And anybody that's around that area always played pickup basketball, and I was always the most dominant one in the neighborhood. And so I got a lot of respect.
Oh my God, dog! I mean, you just can't stop, though. Okay, you can't.
Excuse me.
Look
well,
at
anyway,
this.
But Mike, my first question to you, man, coming from Clarksville, small town. It was definitely a small town back then. And what made you say, you know what, I'm going to go to L.A.? And what prepares you for that? You know what I'm saying? When you say, I'm going to be an actor, what was your steps? Like, did you take acting classes? How did that go?
I never took any acting classes. My thing was, I just got to get the hell out of this small town. It's too small for me. I always had big dreams. And at the time, I was strictly doing the music. And I got as big as I could get around there. It was pretty big regional. Like, it got to a point where people was bumping my records on each side of me at the light. I was just selling so many CDs. But I always had big aspirations, and New York and LA was always on the cards. And I knew acting was always eventually the end goal, what I wanted to do. I just knew musically it would pop off, and I'd be able to do the acting. And nothing really prepared me. Just the grind of life, just getting shitted on my whole life, just kind of prepared me for the struggle that I was about to experience getting out here. And I just threw my stuff in the car, headed out west. I didn't know nobody. It was like, this is going to happen. If I got to die trying, if it's going to kill me, there's no going back for me. And I just the work ethic I always had, I just felt like the city could really offer me what I needed. Like the grind was going to move forward. Here was going to move the needle. Clarksville wasn't moving the needle. I was only so big you can get in a small market like that. You got to go to big markets to really get access to the levels that you want.
You know what? In hearing you say that, man, it takes galls. You get what I'm saying? And really takes some, some vision and some courage, because a lot of individuals, they rather be the big fish in a small town versus really stepping out like my auntie says, stepping out on faith. You get what I mean? So I really commend you for doing that. That's dope. What you got, Will?
What's going on, brother? So you mentioned that you dream big, right? So you got a lot of youngsters that have dream after dream, profession after profession. How and at what time did you come to the terms that, hey, this is the dream I want to pursue? And how many dreams did you have before then? So you kind of communicate that it's okay to have big dreams, but you have to do something to get to those. So what was your starting point?
Wasn't that big in the area. There's some other bigger artists, and I became one of the biggest artists around. And acting.
Hey, hold on, Mike.
People just saw the music.
Hey, Mike.
Now that I'm doing the acting for
Mike, hey, start over. We had some issues, so start over that answer again, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, for me, I knew what I wanted to do at a really young age. I was like 6. I always knew I wanted to be an entertainer, actor. The music came into the picture early, mid high school. But I always fell in love with music and movies. I'd always clear my schedule watching films and everything. I was like, I want to do what those people do. Just made me feel good, make me forget about my shitty life at home, what was going on, just help me escape my reality. And I knew it was a means to an end. The music came in. I figure, okay, I was getting so big with the music. At first, when I first started, I wasn't that big, and then I became like the biggest artist around. And now I kind of got to do it the Jamie Foxx route with the acting, because I figured the acting would come through with the music, but then it kind of switched up. You can have a dream. I always tell these young kids, don't let anybody tell you you're not good enough. If you got a dream, nobody can tell you you're not good enough but yourself. Who cares what everybody else saying with the success rate, how many people fail, how this and that. Like you can't have that mentality. The only one can tell you can stop doing something is you. I don't care if 99 out of 100 people tell you not good enough. Just use that as fuel to keep you motivated and going. You don't have to be the most talented. Just don't let nobody out hustle you. That's always been my mentality. Nobody's gonna outwork me. I'm not trying to be the most talented dude in the world, because talent is relative. Other people are gonna be like, okay, this dude's the cream of the crop, amazing. Other people's gonna think this cat is. But you just have to have that mentality. You the best at what you could do, and nobody's gonna outwork me, regardless of what resources they have over me. That's only temporary what they got. I'm just gonna get to that level and further.
Whoa. Hey, man, hey, people forget about the hustle. They do forget about the hustle, and they think that a lot of things should be just afforded to them because they have talent, right? Because you have a lot of people that are not as talented than you, but they have that hustle, and then that pushes them farther, way farther than you could have even thought of, just because they didn't quit. So, man, kudos to you. Kudos to you on that. What you got, Larry?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted you to talk about the background story of when you went from Tennessee to California. Just talk about that grind before you finally got on Dexter or whatever your first major platform was. What was you doing in between time? Because I know a lot of people want to move to LA and want to be an actor, a rapper, entertainer, but tell us that story, that background story of where you got to how you got to where you was at now.
All right, so when a lot of people don't know this, but when I first got to LA, I was homeless for 4.5 months, sleeping out of my car, and I met these really awesome people on Craigslist. They paid me to do this music video, and they had this old movie theater that they used as a haunted house mazes, and during the month of October, but the rest of the year they used it for storage stuff and punk rock concerts. So the guy let me sleep in this old projection room with this couch in this theater, like mad creepy. I'm like showering in a janitor's closet with a hose and doing any little odd job I could. I had CDs from my last album. I was just out in the streets hustling, picking up odd jobs at like temp work stuff, doing what I could to survive, maxing out 2 credit cards I had when I got, because I was just like, I gotta eat. I was like, I know this isn't gonna be forever. It's only temporary. It was really rough. I don't want to discourage people with that story. It's not necessarily gonna happen to everybody else, but I didn't know anybody. I just put my stuff in my car and just headed out west. And I was just like, I know it's not forever. Like, these nights suck right now. It's rough, but it could always be. Other people got it worse. So I'm just like, I know with my work ethic, eventually I'm gonna start chipping away and get to these shows. At the time, I wasn't acting when I first got here, but I was like, how do I get in? I met my manager on Craigslist at the time. Didn't even meet this guy in person. Bombed my first audition ever. I didn't know how to work an audition room for some indie film. And they paired me up with this other guy. And we're still friends to this day, but I seen them kind of like all over him. They couldn't get me out of the room fast enough, basically like telling me I sucked, and told him to stay. And I left a bad taste in my mouth. And I saw what he did, because I've never had any acting training or anything, so I didn't know how to work a room, break down a script, none of that. And I went in, I didn't get my next audition for like 2 months later, was on this big show, The Shield, and I booked that off a pre-read, polar opposite reaction. So I came away more prepared. And at the time, I'm working like in the warehouse of West Coast Production, shipping and receiving DVDs, doing this temp work job. And it was just really down. And I was like, you know what, fuck that. This make or break right here. They're not going to treat me the way they did last time. And then that was a way bigger project. And the booking that, I got my song on the same episode. Then the Heroes came 3 weeks later. Heroes didn't even air yet. And coming off the lot from The Shield, my manager called me, blew me up, talking about I booked it before I even left the lot. And they wanted me to come back the next day with my music. And it was just nice seeing that, because I always learn through failure, through when people telling me I'm not good enough and this and that. I'm like, okay, hey, that's just one time. Give me another shot. Give me the next one. I just correct it and use it. And that shows just started getting bigger and bigger, started chipping away and doing indie movies, starring in little shitty movies here and there, and still chipping away. They're not where I want to be, but a lot better than where I was when I first got here 15 years ago.
Wow, man, listen, that's extremely humbling, and I appreciate the fact that you're not afraid to talk about your humble beginnings, because a lot of individuals, especially individuals that want to get into that lifestyle, they think that there's, a pathway, quick pathway to get to that success. And you did it straight off faith, didn't know anybody in the city or whatever. Then you had to grind. Essentially taking crappy jobs, but you keep bringing up music. So what type of instrument did you play? What type of instrument did you wait, don't say nothing, Herb. Don't say nothing.
He's a very talented rapper, man.
What?
Wait a
minute. What, you was rapping or what? Or is Herm talking? Herm, I got to take you off, bruh.
He's not lying. I was opening up for like Ludacris.
Are you serious?
When I went to Tennessee State and like every big concert came through there, I was like all up in the head promoter's office. Like, I'm not leaving here until you like put me on the market. Because I was always doing it by myself. So I was like, I just created my own record label, put my music out and was selling hand in hand in the streets. I always had a stack of CDs in high school, in class, and we just doing my own videos and everything. And
I'm gonna shoot y'all some stuff.
That helped prepare me a lot for the acting, from that grind. So I'm like, okay, with the music, there's a lot of politics with the acting, but with the music, it's like, okay. The only reason I wasn't getting to the level a lot of these other cats, that they had all this dope money behind them, all this other stuff, and these big teams, I didn't have resources like that. Whereas with the acting, it's like, I just got to get in the room. Get me in the room, and I'm going to show these people what's up. Like, only so many people up the chain that's going to approve me or not. So I just got to go in the room and blow them away. With the music, it's just... It was a lot of other obstacles and BS dealing with, trying to get spins and DJs playing my stuff. And
yeah,
acting was always the ultimate goal, because, a lot of people, musically, it goes hand in hand, musically, acting-wise. I always looked at Will Smith's success model, because that was always like my major idol, just seeing what this guy did. First rapper to win a Grammy, and then just coming in, being the biggest movie star on the planet, just taking over. I'm like, I got aspirations like that, where I'm trying to be the biggest movie star on the planet. While still, still put my music and stuff here and there when I can, at times. But the music, the acting's been the main focus for forever.
Wow. So you got somebody in here, Daniel Steinman. You remember him, Mike? You got to go back to your gazebo. You there, Mike?
He knows the grind. He knows the struggle.
Yeah, he said that he was in the studio with you the first time. You remember that?
Yeah, he was in early on when I first started. He was in the studio with me all the time. He introduced me to that. This guy in town was making some beats, and he got to show me where the studio was, and I was hooked. I was like, all right, this is where I want to be.
Wow.
Everybody else can have all the school parties and all this stuff. I was like, this is my therapy right here, like music. I always loved hip hop, and other people around me were doing it, and I was like, no, I could do this, man. I could do this better. I could take what they did and just flip it and make it my own thing and just do it better.
Wow, that's what's up. So Herm, so what's up, man? So you ain't tell me all this, bro. We had a Clarksville Eminem. So what it is?
His style is actually way different than any of that, man. It's pretty smooth, bro. I'm gonna kick it to. And Danny's also a real good friend of mine as well.
Okay.
Air Force vet, man.
All right, shout out Daniel.
He's super amped up that you aren't here, Mike. You know he is.
He's always been one of my biggest supporters, man. They
Wow.
always showed love. Like from day one, when a lot of people were talking shit and just kind of, early on, people always just show, man, you ain't gonna do this, and just hating. It's like nobody believes you, so you start doing it. Then they're like, oh, I knew all along,
bro. Yeah.
In my life, especially when I started on these big TV shows, and people just started coming out the woodwork. I'm like, yeah, y'all was laughing at me 20 years ago, thought I was bullshit.
Hey, and you know what? Sometimes, man, that's the best revenge is success, and it seems as though you've done that, man. So congratulations on that. What you got, Will?
So this is just something that crossed my mind. So, brother, I've never heard your lyrics, but I'm interested in hearing your skills. But Herm been telling us that he's been a singer his whole life, that he gonna make it in the big leagues. So have you personally heard Herm sing since y'all this close?
I have not heard him sing.
No. Hey, listen, I'll tell you what he sound like. Hold on, look, we got this alley cat. I'm gonna bring the alley cat around and squeeze the neck, okay, and put a microphone in front of it. So
Mike,
that's kind of close.
Talked about how people, looking down on you till you make it big. That's these cats right here.
Yo, Mike, look, check this out. This dude, hey, Mike, look, this dude has his own car karaoke and be having duets in that motherfucker by himself. Okay.
Real talk with that karaoke joint. I was at every karaoke spot in Clarksville selling CDs back in the day while people doing covers. I just did my own stuff. I sold a lot of CDs at them karaoke
That's
spots.
smart. That is smart. Hey, look, hey, your boy said he be seeing your videos. Post, man, you be so out of line with that. Hey, Larry, you got something for Mike, bro?
Yeah, if you can talk about it, Mike, considering where you at now, what is the game plan and what is your goals for the next 5 years? Like, what are you trying to do next? Are you still doing the music thing? Are you still trying to rap, or are you just going to keep it strictly acting? And what's next on the agenda for your acting?
Right now, I got a lot of downtime, so I'm working on a new album and stuff. Might drop 2 later this year because I haven't put anything out in like 7 years. So I just put a new single out, just kind of feeling inspired. But for acting wise, with these movies, the one I got, Green Rush, just came out. I'm starring in that. Lionsgate picked that up and they put it out on North America, like Amazon, iTunes, Vudu, Redbox, all that. So the goal is to kind of just piggyback back off of that. Later this year, I have another movie coming out with Bruce Stern and Stephen Lang, the bad guy from Avatar. I got a really nice supporting role in that. I'm trying to like change up my representation because it's time to make a move. Like somebody that's just like really behind me that could really make these moves. I've been positioning myself. So I feel like I got some really good teams around me now that can make some noise with these films and at the level that I've been wanting to do it. So the next 5 years, I'm trying to be the biggest movie star on the planet.
There you go.
That's official.
That's the goal.
Before I think you got something up there, but before I pass the mic, I want to ask you how important was that as far as you changing your circle, okay? As far as having individuals that you had around you to the ones that were actually pushing you. So how important can you say that has been in your your path in your career?
I think the people around you is key to your success or not success, right? I was telling Herman earlier, you surround yourself with winners, then you're gonna be a winner. You want people to feed off the energy, like-minded people. They don't necessarily have to have the same goal, but you surround yourself with positive people that just want the best, whatever they're doing. Just like I surround myself with my buddy Uriah Faber, big UFC legend. We met years ago. Just always been a champion and my core good friend, and always positive. He's got me hanging around with like the coolest people. Just this guy's a millionaire. You wouldn't even know about it. So down to earth and humble, and they're like, whatever you need, we got you. Like we're a big fan of yours, and we love your talent. And that goes a long way where people that really want to help you just to help you. They don't want anything from you. It's just off the love, and they're in a position and when they just want to bring people up, their friends, and just see you succeed. That makes, because you can't do it on your own. It's impossible. It's not like musically, acting wise, especially like you need a solid team around you, which I don't have yet representation wise. That's why I've been creating my market on the independent circle, because like my friends that I got, talented directors and other actors, and we're like, all right, they don't want to give me this, cool, we're gonna go make it ourselves. They said I can't star in movies, all right, we're gonna get a budget, we're gonna create a project, and we're gonna go film it ourselves, and then in turn that's gonna lead us to bigger stuff. And everybody just had a dream, wasn't about the money, and we made something amazing in 10 days with that film. And then the other one I got is a good friend I've been auditioning against each other for 10 years, called me and offered me the project out the blue. It's like, nobody could play this with you. But that's just that humble stuff. Even though we were competition for 10 years in rooms, we were never shitting on each other. It's like, yo, I love your work. If I don't get it, I'd rather you get it, vice versa. Like, if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. If I don't get, there's so much politics that go on why I wouldn't get a role or something. I can't focus on what I don't get, focus on what I get, and the stuff that's in my control. You can't focus on stuff that's out of your control.
Oh, that's deep, man. Those are jewels, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, if this is your first time listening to the Lions Den, this is what we do, and this is the type of energy that we want to continue to cultivate. Hey, Larry, you had a question, bro. What was that? As Big Mike.
Yeah, Mike, I just want to go back, man. It's like a two-part question, but it's all in the same, right? So first off, I want to know, based off your success right now, has Clarksville given you the key to the city yet? And then part two of that question is, when you go back, or if you plan on going back, because I don't think we hit that yet, but when you go back to Clarksville, right, what is your message to your old neighborhood and the high school you came from when you're interacting with folks that's like, yo, I know Mike, congratulations, and all that good stuff? Like, what are you telling them as far as keeping their dreams alive, getting back to the topic of the show?
Well, they have not given me the key to the city yet, but the advice I always give them, because I get messages here and there from like people from high school and college, like, oh, I wish I could do what you did, or, you know, you live in a dream. My thing is, I always hate when people do it. Never put a timetable on your dreams. There should never be a timetable on it. It shouldn't. Thing I always hate hearing the words, oh, I can't do this. I can't do something because of this. It should take I can't out of your vocabulary. It should never be in your vocabulary. People make excuse they got kids or they got work. But they just don't want to put in the hustle. They don't want to put themselves out there because the fear of the unknown or what other obstacles they might have. I just tell them, like, you can do it. You saw me do it. Herman can tell you we went to high school together. A lot of people, we came from the same area. Like,
it's
you
possible.
Can't use that as a crutch. What's around you? Yeah, it's a big world out there. You just have to have that mind. A lot of people have that small town mentality. I always say they just feel like this is it for them. And I try to help them break that cycle. Like, I'll travel the world doing this amazing stuff. It doesn't cost me anything to do that because I live for today. I don't live for tomorrow. It could all end tomorrow. So I don't want to have any regrets in life. I don't want to have wonder what if, because I didn't try. Because you never know what's going to happen until you try. And you might fall down 1,000 times, but you got to keep, if you want it bad enough, you got to keep getting up and dust yourself off. Because eventually you're going to get there, regardless of what you want to do. So I always tell them, step one is just get off your ass and make it happen. I'm living proof. I give people advice when they want it all the time. Different success happens different ways for different people, but I'm like, you have to try. Like, you're never going to know until you try, and it's not gonna come easy. You gotta be ready to put in that work. Because if it was that easy, everybody would be getting it. Everybody would be here doing what I'm doing. And you don't see the 200 no's in between one yes I get. You don't see the daily kind of, oh, he ain't good enough. Oh, he's this or that. We don't like him. Oh, he's in a tough category. I just use all that like whatever. There's nothing I never heard before. All right, keep talking that. I'm just gonna make these people eat their words later. Just use that as fuel that motivate. Step one, if you say if you want to be in the industry, you got to get out of Clarksville, whatever small town you're in. You got to make that move. That's the first step. And
Wow.
don't get blinded by the big lights and all the fake and all the bouginess. Like, stay focused on the work. Don't veer from the path. Don't let nobody distract you from where you got to get it. And just get out that small town. That's the first
Wow.
step. And it'll open you up to a much bigger world of possibilities if you allow yourself.
I can dig it. Hey, I appreciate that, Mike. So we got some other questions, but before I do, y'all know what time it is. We got to give a special shout out, especially now. Special shout out to Kevlar's Grill. Kevlar's Grill is a restaurant. They are a huge supporter of the Lions Den, but also the cause that's going on right now. And I would like you guys to know that they also have the opportunity for you to do exactly what we did, right? They have gratitude boxes. So you go to their website on kevlarsgrill.com and you too can just get a box, purchase a box, a meal for a first responder, a nurse, or whoever, police officer. You see that, but the police station, the emergency, it doesn't matter. 3 different boxes, okay? Their number is 618 416-5700, and they do have Grubhub 25-mile radius, and you see that also, and they are located inside the Scott VFW, post 4183. So Kevlar's Grill, hey, they have been with us from the beginning, and we do appreciate them. So get their food. Is great. The food is awesome and it's hot. Good. All right, so special shout out to them, Kevlar's Grill. So big, who is that? Will, what you got, Will?
Hey, brother, you have an amazing story, right? I do a lot of mentorship myself, and sometimes trying to express to an individual that's trying to get someplace for them to understand that you might not always have that supporting cast. So would you be willing to share kind of what your support system looked like on your journey? And if there was none, what did you do to persevere through your own mind, your own oppositions?
I mean, I didn't have the biggest support system. I had people that believed in me, obviously, like my dad and my close friends and stuff like that. But I never had like a team I was going through this with me. It was always just, it was me. I mean, it's nice when you get that support from people. It just kind of helps just knowing that somebody appreciates it, somebody sees it. Or knowing that I could rub off on some certain people. But it always felt like they always say it's like lonely getting to the top. Like it's at times it could be a lonely journey, but the support system, like I was saying, surrounding yourself with the right people and just winners and just like-minded people, those are like the support systems you need to kind of keep you going creatively. And because I have those days where it's like, damn, like why? Like why am I not where I want to be? I get frustrated like anybody else. And I've just been so used to doing stuff by myself and just going, and nobody could tell me nothing. Like the more people told me I could do something, I was going to prove them wrong, whether I got a support system or not. I didn't need a big team behind me. But that definitely helps. I just never had that huge support system coming up. So I think for me, that just made me more focused and hungry, because now I had to work 3 times as hard because I didn't have the extra help to back me and guide me. So I had to learn a lot through more trial and error and just kind of diving right in the mix and just figuring it out.
Right on. All right, man. That's good. And you know what? It's not everybody, like you said, to your point, have that circle. But I believe that it's imperative that you at least give an effort, put an effort to find a group of individuals that's doing the same thing that you're doing. And I've been reading this book called The Ego is the Enemy. And what it speaks about is being able to be a student, to be a teacher, and also to be a competitor, meaning to compete with individuals that's doing the same thing that you're doing just so you can, stay good, right? Then also to have to be a student, always want to learn because you don't want to become stagnant. And then also a mentor, being able to give back. So I believe that if you're not able to do that, ultimately you should put yourself in a situation where you can do that within stages. You feel me? Hey, Foots, you got something, bro? Yeah. Let me unmute Foots. Go ahead. What you got, Foots?
Okay, so Mike, I got a question for you regarding what is your opinion or your take on actresses and actors going the Screen Actors Guild route or the independent route? What advice do you give to those people out there that's trying to get into this business that you are a part of, sir?
Okay, so they say to be considered a professional actor, you're supposed to be in Screen Actors Guild, because if you're not part of the guild, you're not going to be able to do these TV shows, these big films, right? So if it's not that, we call that non-union. So, but obviously people are not going to start out in SAG and all that. You got to start kind of doing the indie stuff. I tell a lot of people do student films help a lot, just to get some exposure, do background work at first. I did background work at first for like a year, just kind of getting familiar with the set and moving my way around. And I luckily got tapped early when I did a Shield years ago, so when they were giving those out. So for me to be on the show, they had to basically pay this fee for me to be able to join, and I still had to go to SAG and join. But start doing projects with people around you. Now you got so many avenues, YouTube and all that. You can do that, get exposure. A lot of these YouTube people are getting movies and TV shows, and you can use them platforms to get you on the shows, these movies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. Big Herm, what you got, bro?
So we talked about where you came from, and the struggles that you faced, and what it took for you to get your first audition and start getting your roles. So let's talk about how it felt to get your first leading role with Green Rush, which I saw the movie, and there's no embellishment. The movie is really good. I thought you was phenomenal in the movie. Also, everybody did well, but I also thought the villain guy, he was very believable. I wouldn't want to mess with him. But how was that feeling to get that role, to land it, go through that from the beginning and to the end, when you're probably thinking, man, I finally did it?
This wasn't my first leading role. I've started other stuff. This is just finally one with a kind of real budget. They got some real distribution for once. Lionsgate picked it up. Finally, something I knew was going to get released to get out there. With this Green Rush, I did this other movie called The Diggers. It's on Amazon as well. It's like all me for like $30,000. And my buddy saw the directed Green Rush and was like, I didn't know you could do all that. He's like, man, you're killing it. Like, I'm going to make the next film's going to be starring you. Like, you think I'm joking? Because they were trying to get $1 million for another movie we couldn't get. He was like, I promise you, I was like, all right, I believe you. He's like, I believe in you, man. So then I get back from my Bali trip 2 years ago, and he pitched me the idea of Green Rush, this true story. And we're out with my buddy Uriah Faber at this event thing, and he pitched it. I was like, I'm down. Uriah's like, we got Mike starring it, bet we'll get $250,000. We had the money, and the script wasn't even ready yet. So the guy playing the bad guy, Paul, he wrote it. Paul's on Days of Our Lives. We've all known each other for about 6 years at this point. Met through Uriah, and projects started coming together. Different people were giving us like $25,000 here, $50,000 here. Started adding up, and we started putting it together. And they wrote this script around this one location on this weed farm. It's like acres of land, and it turned out to be a really dope script. Went through a couple drafts, and we started having read-throughs and rehearsals, and putting everything together on it. And we just had everybody up there just hustling. We filmed the whole movie in 10 days. We're sleeping in like an Airbnb cabin, sharing rooms. I was like, I don't care if we're sleeping in tents outside. Let's just get it made. And everybody just came to work. I love seeing everybody just with that twinkle in their eye, just making your dreams happen with other people, like-minded individuals from conception, how we created something, and finally getting people around me that believe in me, not just something I got to go in and audition for and book and get to know people. It's something I created with this amazing group of talented individuals, and we just put our resources together and made this project. And Lionsgate picked it up. They saw the trailer, loved it, made us an offer there back and forth with them for like a year with negotiations, and to finally have something tangible that I know is on like everything you can watch on demand and not just be on like a regular Amazon Prime service. We're on like every red box in America. It's pretty awesome. And it felt really good because I've been grinding for a long time. It's nice showing them that I could do what they said that I couldn't do. Even if the industry is like, oh, you're just a guest star actor, this and that. Like, okay, regardless of if I get this again, I showed you that I could carry a movie, that I can put my resource together and make it happen myself with an amazing group of individuals that get told the same thing that I do. And just to know our art is out there for everybody to see on a grand scale for once is like the best feeling in the world. Just bring me back to my childhood with that twinkle in my eye on the big screen, just watching like I could do that. And just to know that I'm finally like I'm working my way up. It's just to know that I finally have the opportunity to showcase what I can really do, and a lot of people have been telling me for so long that I can do. It's like the best feeling in the world. It's hard to even describe.
I can imagine that. Hey, Larry, go ahead, man. You had a great question, brother. Had a great question. Hit it.
All right, Mike. I just wanted to know, is there any myth or rumors you want to dispel about the industry? You know, something that you think is relevant to this topic we're talking about? And do you have any industry stories you want to share with us that you think the audience should know about?
Yeah, wait. Oh, like if there's any industry stories, like I got a question about the myths. So I believe, just because I'm not a part of that culture, that is a whole lot of freaky shit that be going on, right, in Hollywood, right, and just to get scripts or just to get on somebody's set, right? So I believe that people would do all types of things, strange things for change. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
I've heard some stories. I've known about Kevin Spacey for years. A friend who worked years ago was telling me stories about him. I'm gonna put this dude on best. I don't give a shit. I don't know this guy. So the guy in Mean Girls, the guy they're all drooling over.
Yeah.
He tried some stuff with an old roommate of mine. First got out here, kind of put him in an uncomfortable situation, talking about he's gonna give him roles and this and that. And I warned him before he went in. I was like, because Hollywood still got that side. Like, don't get it twisted. Ain't everybody just trying to help you out of the goodness of their heart. But that's not all of Hollywood. Just don't be naive about it. Some people go in naive, and other people just, they try to hit you with that. If you want to get on, you got to do this. And I'm like, mm-mm. I've even had people try to come at me like that. I'm like, took everything in me not to knock them out. But I'm like,
are you serious?
Yeah, man, he's from Clarksville, man.
Like,
we don't play that, man.
Like,
man,
bro,
look, I don't think it's
come on now.
I'm like, would you think you the gatekeeper? Like, I had a cat. He wanted to rep me, so we sit down and have a meeting, and this dude's basically kind of insulting the way I talk, and I'm like, what's wrong with the way I talk? And he was basically trying to tell me how to talk, and I'm meeting him as myself. I'm like, did I sit down like, yo, what up, homie? What up, fiend? This and that. He's like, no. I'm like, what the fuck? So I started getting aggressive with him, scaring the shit out of him, because he's starting to talk to me like I'm stupid. I'm like, I'm college educated, got this and that. Don't come to me. I'm like, you're trying to come at me and kind of talk down to me like I'm nobody and the shit on me like something's wrong with me. And I kind of put him in his place. Like, you can't just talk to anybody like that. I'm not the one. Like, I'm not gonna be anybody's stepping stone or play anybody else's game. I'm a humble dude. Like, come at me correct, I'll come at you correct. Like, real recognize real. I don't play that side stuff they try to do, even though there's that aspect in Hollywood. I just surround myself. I just know I go sniff those people out from a mile away, so I know to keep my distance from them when I see them. But a lot of people come in a lot more naive. So I was just like, don't automatically assume everybody's just trying to help you out of the goodness of their heart. Sometimes it's too good to be true.
Wow.
So you mean to tell me in Hollywood, sometimes to get into that market, they trying to get that butt? That's what you trying to tell me?
Sometimes, bro. Sometimes. And it ain't from the opposite sex, let me tell you.
Bro,
so gonna pray on that one.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's not just women with the Me Too. Like, I have a lot of stories with guys in them situated. Like,
that's where I was going to. That's where I was going to ask if you saw it on the same as far as, hey, this is Me Too, because I believe, and this is just this is just Seth's opinion. I believe a lot of those individuals that go into those high producers, well-known producers, rooms or in their hotel rooms at wee hours of the night, I believe they know what they're doing.
You should know better. For them, I don't feel bad. You're an idiot.
And you're grown. Right, and not just that.
If you going in a hotel room, like,
bruh,
when in the history of Everdom have you gone in a hotel room?
Everdom. When in Everdom. And you know what? Even though we know there ain't a word, we gonna use that today. And then this is another thing. You coming back more than once. Come on now.
The job yet?
Bruh.
But still, there's those watered down cases as well that I've seen it. They think they're going to get some forward movement if they sleep with them or if they do this or that. Then when it don't work out how they thought they were, then they come in crying, rape or this or that, right?
Exactly.
So there's that other spectrum. I'm like, well, just because the favor didn't work out how you thought it was, that's what you get for giving it up. Like, if you didn't have, it's much stronger when you're not giving nothing up. You make it's always the what if factor.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, my phone's at like 10%. So if I lose you guys in the next 10 minutes.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So look, we want to hurry up and Herm, you had another question, Herm. Go ahead and get it in before his phone cut off on him.
No, that was Foots.
Oh, Foots. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Foots. Hit him up.
Yeah.
Yo, so if you had one role, brother, that you can go back and jump in time, what role would that be? It's been so many classic movies that have came out. Any movie, what would you portray and put yourself into if the script was right for you?
I got two. The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. That's my life story. It's the kid and the wife. And
that's dope. That's dope.
And Matt Damon in the Bourne movies.
Oh, the whole Bourne series. Okay.
I'm gonna give me some roles like that. I'm itching to do some stuff like those two roles. Like,
wow.
They didn't get well enough credit for that Pursuit of Happiness. That dude.
Oh yeah, he set it up.
Coldest line I ever heard in a movie. You got a dream. Don't ever let nobody take it from you. You gotta protect it. And
hey, hold on, wait. Hey, Mike, do me a favor. Say that one more time for the folks that couldn't dig it. Just one more time. What was that line?
He said, if you got a dream, you got to protect it. Don't ever let nobody take it from you.
And there it is. There it is. Hey, that's 100. And if no one get anything from this episode, at least know that. Don't let nobody take what you were born with. Hey, Herm, what you got, bro?
Hey, Mike, again, want to thank you for coming out here and doing the show with us, man. You dropped a lot of gems for people that are trying to pursue their dreams. But one question I got for you is, we kind of talked about this earlier, so I want to bring it to the forefront. When you're traveling, because I know you're real big into travel right now, you're looking at starting your own travel vlog or travel show. I've seen your videos, and you go to amazing places. But when you're out there, what is the actor most people mistake you for?
Every time I go out, people be yelling Iron Man. They think I'm Robert Downey Jr.
Are you? I can see that. There we go.
Especially in these Asian countries, like I had people freak out sometimes. Seeing this girl in Cartagena, I was telling them I started freaking out in Spanish, and I speak a lot of Spanish. So I'm like, hola. She's like, starts flipping out. Bro. I was like, yo, tranquilo, relax. I was like, ain't no damn way she thought I was me. Ain't no way on planet Earth. They just I get Iron Man all the time. It was crazy. I was like, I would love to have a fraction of that.
He said, there's no way she thought I was me. That's funny. That's hilarious.
Recognize me from Dexter's pretty dope.
Oh, man, bro. That's ridiculous. Hey, so, ladies and gentlemen, hey, on behalf of the Lions Den and the crew, Mike, bruh. Hey, you got it in, man. Thank you for coming on the show, man. This is beneficial, man. This is really beneficial. As a matter of fact, I want to make sure that we give a chance for everyone. If you guys want to comment or leave if you guys want to call Big Mike and leave a question or have a question for him, the number is 618-792-6747. One more time, that's the number's actually down below. Right, 618-792-6747. So y'all can give us a call if you got a question for Big Mike. But hey, seriously, man, this has been amazing, man. This has been amazing, and we thank you for this. But again, your show, that the last movie, The last joint, man. I'm very impressed. Very impressed, and not just from what you're doing. Or he went off, but anyway, not just from what he's doing, but the fact that he actually came on to the show and to talk about, how important living your dreams is. By living your dreams, it's nothing that you can't do. Nothing that you can't do. And that was real. What you got, Larry? Any final words, bro?
No, just listen to the quote he gave about your dream, man. Protect it, pursue it, never give up. You heard him talk about being homeless. And if you listen to a lot of the major folks that are out there that are well, not major, well, I call successful folks, they always got some kind of story, some kind of sacrifice that they had to entail. Just know that it ain't easy, because if it was easy, we all would be doing it like he said. So I appreciate you on the show. Thanks, Herm, for putting them on. Clarksville got some pretty cool people there, I see, man. I can get a little bit more respect.
But don't forget, they do got that one cat. We don't got to bring them up. They do got that one cat. And look, I wanted to ask him if he knew that dude, okay? But hey, look, we're gonna leave that for another show. Hey, Will, what you got, bro?
Man, I say the biggest thing that enlightened me about his journey was the aspect of how he had a dream and he kept going no matter what. And so many people that get these dreams and they switch it up, but they don't stay consistent and they don't have that internal drive. So his hustle spoke volume, and he get to reach the benefit of his hustle. So if anybody can take anything away, at least from my lens, is that hustle to not give up on what you want to do. And can't nobody stop you but you. That's the biggest thing I got. But other than that, man, hold it down. Stay safe out here in these streets. I don't care what they say. Put your mask on and cover your mouth.
There you go. Foots, what you got, bro?
Man, one thing I learned about this guy was his grind never stopped. It's all about perseverance. It's all about pressing and moving forward. Mm-hmm. He didn't care about the roadblocks that was going on in his life. He made it a way for him to just progress and move forward, regardless of what roadblocks he encountered.
Right.
He kept it going, man.
Right.
And he moved. He made it happen in his life, and that's just a proud story for him to, to embrace and be a part of, man.
Absolutely.
I'm happy that he's in a good place in life, man.
Absolutely.
And I wish him nothing but much success going forward.
I can dig it. So we got a Miss Angela Baker. Miss Angela, you there?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
That might be Angie.
Yeah, it's Angie.
Yeah,
Angie Baker. Yeah. What's going on? So what you got?
So I'm up here like trying to cut up some chicken, and y'all giving me my whole life.
Oh,
because I don't know if y'all know it or not, but like I've been working on a script, and I was like, oh man, like that's just so much motivation to actually like go for it, because I'm so used to being.
Absolutely. I agree with
like I'm so used to being in the comfortable confines of being in the military and knowing that I'm gonna get paid at this time and I'm gonna go to this place, so on and so forth. So it's scary to have the work that I've been working on and to like hop out there on faith and try to push it forward.
Right. Well, we can dig that. So basically, Angie was saying how inspired she was and the fact that she's actually working on her script as well. So congratulations. Don't stop. Hopefully this show did, if anything, inspired you to never stop doing what you're doing. And you got support. You feel me?
Oh, for sure. 150%.
Right on.
Like, for real.
Yeah. Thanks for calling, though.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right. Go ahead, man. Wrap it on up, bro.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, see, look, see what happened when you got them kids in the background.
See, this is why I'm in the truck.
That's why you be in the truck.
Calm down, all right.
Bro. Hey, go back in the GMC, bro.
I got it, man. So first things first, man. I want to thank everybody for watching today. I definitely want to thank the people from Clarksville that watched. You know what I'm saying? It was 2 Clarksville guys on the show. I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that I want to shed light on is what Mike did on the show was open the windows a little bit to the Floyd Mayweather effect. And what I mean by the Floyd Mayweather effect is that everybody sees the success of Floyd Mayweather. They see the money, they see the life, they see the lifestyle and all the success he had, but they don't really focus on the work and where he came from and how he still grinds every day to be the best that he is. They never look at that part.
Okay, right on. And listen, everybody, I want to thank y'all too for being patient with the Lions Den. Look, we're doing the best we can. Sometimes when everyone is on, the internet get kind of jacky or whatever the case is. Let me fix that. I'll work on that. But other than that, we want to thank y'all. We appreciate y'all being a part of the Lions Den. If you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe. But we're here. We want to encourage. We want to inspire. It's about leadership, growth, and development with action. Seriously. So again, on behalf of the Lions Den and everyone from stateside to overseas, we appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all again Wednesday. All right, for the Corona Files. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy y'all week.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. Make sure to listen to the show on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, and Radio Public, where you can subscribe, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you like or dislike this episode, we'd appreciate your feedback on Facebook at www.facebook.com/LionsCast. Check out the book, The Black Collar Mindset, The Art of Strategic Thinking, on Amazon, or www.theblackcollarmindset.com, a manual to maneuver through life strategically by holding yourself accountable. Tune in next week for another episode of The Lions Den with Seth.